And our next poet, Janet, we have some books by her. Come on over and look at some poetry books. We got poetry at the Trunk Fest at the Outdoor Trunk Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Janet Kuypers.
Oh, that raucous applause there. Sorry. She's like, oh wait, I forgot. Okay, what? No, hi, thank you very much. While they're setting up, I might as well explain to you that I'm going to be reading a few pieces from the book Closed Cover Before Striking, which was originally released with a blue cover, but is now out with a matchbook cover, you know, closed cover before striking. So, I've got poetry and prose from that. I have long pieces, prose, and even Twitter-length poems. So, how are you doing there, John? Come on up here. I want to see my guy. Hi there. I run a poetry open mic every week at The Cafe, 5115 North Lincoln Avenue on Tuesday nights. Yay! Woo! If you're interested in knowing about that, go to chaoticarts.org/thecafe. There's all sorts of info there about when it shows up, or if you'd like to feature there, because we love hearing other poets there, I swear. I'm going to start first with a piece of prose that is called Guilt. I was walking down the street one evening. It was about 10:30. I was walking from my office to my car. I had to cross over the river to get to it, and I noticed a homeless man leaning against the railing and not looking over, but looking toward the sidewalk, holding a plastic cup in his hand. A 32-ounce cup, one of the ones you get from Taco Bell across the street. Plastic, refillable. Thank you, darling. Normally, I don't donate anything to homeless people because usually they just spend my money on alcohol or cigarettes or cocaine or something, and I don't want to help them with their habit. Besides, even if they do use my money for good food, my giving them money will only help them for a few hours, and I'd have to keep giving them money all of their life in order for them to survive. Once you've given someone money, donated something to them, you're bound to them in a way, and you have to see if they'll actually turn out okay. Besides, he should be working for a living, like me, leaving my office in the middle of the night and not asking for handouts. Oh, wait, I'm getting off the subject here. Oh, yeah, I was walking along the sidewalk on the side of the bridge, and this homeless man was there. You see, they like to stand on the sidewalks on the bridge, because once you start walking on the bridge, you have to walk up to them, and the entire time they make you feel guilty for having money and not giving them any, and they all seem to have some sort of setup where certain people will stand in certain places on the bridge to get to you. Wait, well, I'm doing it again. Well, I was walking there, and it wasn't like I was going there for lunch at work, which is the time I usually see the homeless man, because during lunch, there are lots of lights and lots of people around, and lots of cars driving by, and I'm not alone, and I have somewhere to go, and I don't have the time to stop what I'm doing to think about him. Well, anyway, I was walking toward him, step by step, getting closer, and it was so dark, and then there were these spotlights, and they seemed to just beat down on me while I was walking. I felt like the whole world was watching me, but there was no one else around, no one except for that homeless man. And then I got this really strange feeling, kind of right in the pit of my stomach, and my knees just started to feel weak. Like every time I was bending my knee to take a step, my knee would just go out, and I might just fall right there on the sidewalk. I even started to feel a little dizzy while I was on that bridge, so I figured the best thing I could do was just to get across that bridge as soon as possible. I figured I had to be the bridge that made me feel that way, where I get a bit queasy when I'm near water. I usually don't have that problem during lunch when I walk over the bridge and back again, but I figured since I was alone, I was able to think about all that water. With my knees feeling the way they were, I was afraid I was going to fall into the street, so I just had to get myself together and just march right across that bridge, head locked forward, looking at nothing around the sidewalk, nothing on the sidewalk, until I got to the other side. And when I crossed, that lightheaded feeling just kind of went away, but I still felt uneasy, but I felt better. And I thought, that was the funniest thing. Thank you. It's really hard to do this. And just so you know, this is the only time you'll ever see me in a sundress. I figured it's nice about there. I should do that. The goth side of me still wore black hose and a black jacket. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. This is a short poem called When You're Gone. I know you'll be back to take more from me. I always wonder how much more I have to give, how much more I possess. Sometimes I wonder if I am spent, if I can take any more. But I always do, and you're always there. When you're gone, there will be someone else. I know it. Thank you. And if somebody actually walk up, I've got a bunch of Twitter-length poems, and I have a couple in this book, and I have actually newer ones as well. And I've got them in my hand here right now. You're gonna Twitter-length poem. Thank you. Thank you. So you pass them around, and I feel like I'm just walking around and still have one more left. And I just passed around some Twitter-length poem books by Pocket Poetry, because a lot of times you get a great idea in your head, and it's something that'll last for 100 characters. You get this great idea to come across, and there's nothing else to say from that. I mean, you think these things, and you're like, oh, there's nothing more. Here's an example. You go and you see, I'm the proud parent of somebody from a high school honor student, whatever it might be, and I'm just like, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, isn't it? And it's the first one, I don't think much of it, but I thought it was funny. I saw real hypocrisy in a bumper sticker once that said, proud parent of Our Lady of Humility honor student. Exactly. So you hear these little things and you're like, what is that? So this is another Twitter if you can, 140 characters, including spaces, or fewer. This is a short one called Reason to Stand. The dying, weeping willow looked like a thin, frail old man trying to stand in the wind when he cannot find a reason to stand. Thank you. You've got such short little pieces, it's hard to pull that up. And that's why I'm going to revert to another piece of prose here, because I'm going back and forth with all this crazy stuff. If you want to know anything about me, because I figured why not put it on a big ass folder for everybody to see, JanetKuypers.com. I'm like, well, I'm holding this big folder, might as well let people, yeah, that's what Janet, it might as well spell it out for people. But this is a strange piece of prose changed to a poem called Dreams Turned into Nightmares. Analyze this. Get yourself on track. All people are scum anyway. Christ, this was just a reaffirmation of it. None of these people really matter. Just go back to your work. Get focused on yourself again. Hey, that's how you demonstrate your worth. You don't care about your work? Well, who are you trying to impress? Let it pile up. It doesn't matter. God, why does it always feel like this? Why is it that you have to depend on others for your worth? And then when one little crumb of affection is thrown at you, you savor it and pray that it's a sign for more. And you hope and you pray. And then when nothing comes, it's all the same again, except this time all your hopes are shot. Why are there times like this when you feel so alone? There are times when you relish your solitude. Look at the dishes pile up. You should be doing laundry. Slob. You can't even clean up after yourself. Why does everything have to hurt so much? Why are you crying so much more now? Why do you look for ways to feel bad, reasons to cry? What do you feel guilty for? Why do you go through this? Oh, don't even try to daydream and get yourself out of this. You will always be the same, no matter what happens. You remember that. You can try to dream that you deserve something better, but don't bother You will always keep trying with the hope that it will get better, and you will keep failing every single goddamn time, and that's the way it'll go forever and ever, on and on. It won't stop, not until you do. Can you resign yourself to this? Can you resign yourself to not trying, or are you just going to keep building your hopes up for nothing? What is the good of anything that you've done? Are you any happier for it? God, how do you go through these cycles? How the hell can you deal with it? There's got to be a way to get out of it. Try not to think about it. You're so lonely. And you've got nothing left to you but your mind. That's all that's left to you, and it's destroying you slowly. When will it destroy you altogether? When? It's only a matter of time. Why do you even dream? Are you trying to escape reality? Are you trying to create a new reality? I think you dream and dream until you think that it's all actually real. And then when someone in your life proves your dream wrong, your whole world falls to pieces. Pieces. Little pieces. Look, there goes a few pieces now. Try to pick them up. You're going to lose them if you don't pick them up and try to piece them back together again. Otherwise, you'll be destroyed. Can you create a new dream with what you have left? You want to slip into it again. It's what keeps you alive, keeps you going. It's the only thing that gives you hope. But what the hell do you need hope for? You'll be let down. You know it. If you can just step out from that dream of yours, just get out of it. Just stop. All those good dreams keep reminding you of what it could be like if only you were someone else. If only you were someone liked and successful and important. And those bad dreams, they are your way of punishing yourself for dreaming. Your mind slips them in there when no one else is looking. And then, because you live in your dreams so much, you'll have to play it out. And then you'll cry, and there's nothing you can do. You can't face up to it, can you? You'll be no better than this. Nothing will be better than this. Better than your dreams turned into nightmares. Thank you. I'm enjoying the music. I'm going to do one more piece here. This one, differently styled, is called I Want. I want a big fat house with filtered central air, and I want a big lawn so I can recreate nature. And I want a big fence so I'll know what's mine. And I want the evergreens trimmed into neat little balls because it has to look neat. Plant everything in a row. And I want to spray chemicals on my lawn to keep the dandelions away. And I want the plastic lobster bib over my fancy dress at the fancy restaurants. And don't forget the $100 champagne. I want a big, fat car. And I want someone else to drive it. And I want the 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl. And I want a nanny to take care of them for me. I want to be famous. I want everyone to love me. I want it. I want it all. He laughs. Thank you. Thank you very much. And Jay, thank you. And thank you, Trunk Fest. Get up for Trunk Fest, all right? Woo! Yay.
Let's hear it for the artists.
Yay!
But I'm going to bring a poet back up to do one piece. Actually, he's going to do a piece and then a tiny little short piece. But here she is, the one, the only Janet Kuypers. Let's hear it for her.
Hey, Janet! I hope John over there is going to be setting stuff up with the guitar because that second piece is a song, and I want him for the song. So while he's setting up or figuring out how to set up, I figured since I gave away copies of little pocket poetry of Twitter-length poems from before, I just looked and saw that Tweet, a book of really short poems, is up there. So I'm like, I'm going to read something that I'd never read before, which is from this book, Tweet, because we were in Vacaville, California on vacation once, and we were sitting out by the pool in the little deck area there, and there was nobody there, and it was all clean, except there was a diaper that the breeze would catch and roll around, and I'm like, oh my God, what, did a mother just leave the diaper there, or what? And so we decided to write, I guess this would be a tweet, but it was kind of like a reader matches newspaper ad, you know, if the diaper was actually looking for true love. This is what it would have said. Exactly. And the title of the matches listing would be Tumbling Diaper Seeks Fresh Baby. Slightly used diaper left at poolside from past relationship seeks fresh new baby to wrap myself around. Have been a lone tumbleweed lost in the poolside breeze, waiting for my new baby to come and save me. Thank you. How are you doing there? Thank you. Little Twitter-like things. Exactly. This that I wrote with the band Mom's Favorite Vase in the mid-90s. Warren Peterson, who did the music behind this after a 3-year-long battle with ALS, just recently passed away. So, he's going to take the music, but he does a phenomenal job on the guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for John Yatko. Come on. What do we need in life? Sorry. I don't know where this road is taking me anymore, and I don't know the right lines to say. I don't feel the things that you're feeling down deep inside of you, but I know this ain't the way, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. Ashes from your cigarette and fall to the ground, and I think this fire will die down. I think I now see what is happening here between us, and I have to say goodbye, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. Anymore, and I can't stay here with you. I see the red in your eyes and it scares me half to death, and I'll take this road alone, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. Thank you, Warren, and thank you, Drunk Fest. Thank you.
Drunk Fest, Drunk Fest, Drunk Fest, Drunk Fest!